During these hurdles, my sister, she stood third in the HSC board exam. My sister, elder sister, got into medical college. So, yeah, we kind of started with that struggle in our life. As I went through university, I was kind of destined that I will come back to the country. And while I was a student, I was actively trying to be involved with the business. So what I used to do is I used to go to my professors all the time and ask them to connect me to. We were in apparel business, and even at that time, I was always trying to connect to the big retailers. And I was kind of building up that enterprising spirit within myself. And as soon as I graduated in 99, I got on a plane the next day and I came home. So when we started with our family business. My father he mainly started the bank in 1984 and then an insurance company in 87. But in his business, he started a garment factory with 500 machines. So my journey began with that. As I took over, we had around 1,400 people at that time. And what I did basically is, I think my speaker before, he spoke about a lot of the principles. I think it's kind of similar in all of our discipline, basically. So when I took over the business, I had a lot of ideas, like any of you, young mind, wanted to do a lot of things, but I kind of took it patiently. I started listening to people, actually, and there were people like who was into manufacturing for many years, much older to me, and I was like 22 years old at that time. So a big part of it was actually learning. So while I was in the factory, I was kind of learning from the traditional people, from the people who's been running factories for many years, and kind of trying to understand their philosophies and kind of suppressing my ideas. As I matured over a period of 2 years, 3 years, we started thinking of the first expansion, and that's when I kind of wanted to make a change. And the big change that we made is we engaged a professional management system in place. So what you see today, the garment factory today has 32,000 people working actually, and it's growing almost every year by 10 to 15%. So this first expansion that I did, I made sure that we hired the best of the best in the industry, and I set up the structure with a CEO, with a proper CFO, and proper people who could run the factories. And that was our second factory that we started. Each of the factories, we took a decision that we want to keep it within 5,000 people. And we always had a strategy, how to reduce the risk, how to choose the areas of production. And I must say that all these decisions have paid off, actually. And with the second factory, we paid off the loans, we made it successful. We actually bought a SIG factory from someone who's much older to us. And the journey started with that. The third factory that actually, I think I have the slides here. No, just the PPTs. So yeah. So the third factory that we made, so these are factories যেটা আপনি প্রত্যেকটা brick by brick কি কালার হবে কি লোগোটা হবে if I think about it, I was just going through the presentation, each and every color, each and every brick that went into the design, I think we were involved. When I say we, it's me, my brother, and my extended team. So there's a lot of passion into it, even though it's a very traditional business. But I think what we did successfully was we made every day exciting. প্রতিদিন কাজে যেতে ভালো লাগতো, এখনো লাগে, এবং we made the workplace in such a way that we enjoyed it. Now the difference is obviously this is more entrepreneurial. We kind of we think of a project, then we arrange the finance, and then we recruit the best talents. So this is more to do with large scale or maybe large scale manufacturing, but the spirit and the discipline remains the same. That is, every day you wake up, you go to the same office, you build a network, you build a relationship with your colleagues that you enjoy, and then you work on that. And I must say that we have spent, anywhere from 13 to 15 hours a day doing all the activities that we needed to do. So the success, obviously, today, what we are seeing, does not come, in one day. It's a matter of, building it over a period of years. One important thing is having that dream. আমি একটা আমার কয়েকটা বইয়ের মধ্যে one book is Built to Last by Jim Collins. So now you start with having a big audacious dream. That is very, very important. So আগে ড্রিমটা থাকতে হবে যে কি করতে চাই। তো what I do always is I have a habit of writing down my dream on a notebook. So I will always I remember when back in those days when we just had the denim product, I said, okay, we have 5 lines, but we want to make it 100